What's going on, YouTube family? So on today's video, we're going over why Grand Rapids, Michigan is one of the best places to live in 2022 and 2023. So make sure you guys stay tuned.
Let's go.
Welcome back to the channel, everyone. My name is Kevin Irwin.
And I'm Ross Young.
We are local real estate agents here in the West Michigan area. If this is your very first time to our channel, we go over anything and everything that has to do with living and thriving here in the great state of Michigan. So make sure you smash that subscribe button, hit that little bell notification so you guys get notified every time we put a video out. Guys, Ross and I love making these videos, but we love helping you guys relocate to Michigan much more. So do not hesitate to reach out to us. You can call us, you can text us, you can email us, you can even send the pigeon care if you guys have to. Whatever you have to do, Ross and I have your back when it comes to making a move here in Michigan. So without further ado, Ross, why is Grand Rapids, Michigan such a good place to live?
You know, we both know Grand Rapids is an awesome place. This is actually done because of an article that we found from U.S. News and World Report, and named 6 Michigan cities on their 150 best places to live. And Grand Rapids, our very own Grand Rapids, ranked 16th in the country.
That's pretty good out of 150.
Out of 150, and second in our state. Right after Ann Arbor, but we won't talk about that side of the
Yeah,
state.
you guys got to be on the west side.
Yeah, west side's better. So these rankings are actually done on 5 individual weighted metrics: job market index, value index, quality of life index, desirability index, and net migration.
Yep.
No, net migration is actually people moving in, which I think we know a little bit about that.
Yeah, we do. We're helping
And
quite a few of you
we're
guys
helping
move
quite
in
a few
here.
people here. To say the least, Grand Rapids has come a long way from being the 19th century fine furniture origins on the Grand River to the modern day medical, business, and technology hub for much of the Midwest.
Absolutely. And when you drive around Grand Rapids, Michigan, you know, there is a lot of jobs here. There is a lot of growth going on. I know that there's a lot of tech industries that are looking at Grand Rapids as, you know, kind of creating this tech mecca down here. And of course, we've got the medical mile. We've got a ton of medical here.
Yep.
So there's plenty of jobs here in West Michigan.
And that's another thing that they mentioned in this article is, you know, a lot of the young talent with all the schools and stuff that are in the area. Grand Valley State, we have Michigan State Research Center right downtown on the Medical Mile.
Yep.
We have Ferris State just to the north. We have Western down towards Kalamazoo, and Grand Rapids is kind of in the center of all those. So it really the best of all the surrounding area.
So one of the other things that Grand Rapids area is very well known for is the fact that everything feels like a small town. Even when you're in Grand Rapids, it feels like a small town. And when I say that because Grand Rapids is a big city, I mean that because a lot of people will sit there, they will say hi to you.
Yeah.
They will talk to you. They'll ask how your day is going. You know, they wave at you. It's not one of those areas where you walk around and you don't even want to look at anybody because people aren't friendly. Like West Michigan and Grand Rapids is full of very friendly people, friendly families, and it's just a great place to hang out. One other thing that
has a very nice culture.
Yes, it does. And it's a very diverse culture, very mixed. You know, everybody's welcome here, kind of a melting pot type of thing going on in West Michigan.
There's
you know,
a LGBTQ community that has a very strong presence
Yep.
here in Grand Rapids as well.
So if you're in any of those crowds or anything, like pretty much everybody is welcome here. So I don't want anybody to be afraid of coming to West Michigan.
Right.
So I would just say that it's a really welcoming and warm place. So if you're living, you know, we've had some clients that we've helped relocate here that, you know, live in some of these bigger, massive cities, you know, and they're like, you know, a lot of people there are cold and it's just, you know, they're not nice, and that you're not going to get that here in Michigan.
No.
So
Outside of the temperature outside being cold.
yeah, maybe when it gets really cold, people get a little cranky because we get pretty stiff. But
Hence why we're in the studio today.
right. So let's jump into, Ross. You know, what is there to do here? What, you know, not only do we have a lot of big job market, people are nice, but what kind of stuff is there to do here?
You know, Grand Rapids has over 1,200 acres of parks just in the Grand Rapids area. If you haven't watched any of our other videos, you'll notice that West Michigan is very nature oriented.
Mm-hmm.
And there's lots of trails, lots of parks, lots of hiking. And not to mention, we have this little lake over on the west side of the state here.
It's little
lake.
Our ocean.
Our ocean,
Yeah.
called Lake Michigan. And that is a big draw for a lot of people because from Grand Rapids to the Lakeshore, if you go into Grand Haven, Muskegon, Holland, you're half hour, 45 minutes from Metro Grand Rapids to a freshwater, we'll just call it freshwater ocean.
Yeah, that means that if you're in the medical industry, the tech industry, you know, the manufacturing industry, it doesn't matter what industry you're in, you're able to get to Grand Rapids very easily. So there's so many suburbs that you can choose to live in rather than being right downtown Grand Rapids. Now, obviously, there's plenty of opportunities downtown Grand Rapids for living, but it just gives so many options.
Yeah. I will hit real quick that Grand Rapids is not a very, very big city. I mean, it's a big city to us. I mean, but it's still, you can still get places around Grand Rapids. It's not like California where, we've helped some people move here from California. Like, it's only a 15-mile drive, but it takes us 45 minutes to get there. Right. It's like, no, around here, if it's 15 miles, it's probably going to take you about 15 minutes to get there.
15, 20 minutes. Now, the lanes, we have 3 lanes wide.
Right.
Not 8 to 10 lanes wide. So if that tells you kind of the population size of Grand Rapids, we're not massive in the sense of like San Francisco and some of these other monstrous cities. So we're still a very up and coming city.
Right. Now, another big draw for Grand Rapids is the art presence.
Yep.
We just did a vlog on Art Prize.
Yep.
And it's funny, the thing that always sticks with me is that we're so used to seeing all these pieces that you walk by it and you're like, oh, we just missed one. Because it's everywhere throughout the city of Grand Rapids.
Yeah, it is. I mean, we were missing Art Prize pieces because we just thought it was part of the natural landscape of Grand Rapids.
Right.
And it probably will be. Some of the other things to do, like Ross talked about, there being 1,200 acres of parks. There's trails everywhere. Mm-hmm. There's sidewalks everywhere. Grand Rapids is very walkable. It's very bikeable. So if you move here and you don't necessarily want a car and you want public transportation only, there's plenty of options for that. We've got the rapid bus system downtown Grand Rapids. You can get everywhere you want with that bus system, and then if you're into hiking, if you're into mountain biking, like there's so many opportunities for that stuff in and outside of Grand Rapids.
Yep. And that's not to mention, if you're want to get out and about with the family, there's a lot of museum opportunities with Gerald R. Ford Presidential Museum. You have the Grand Rapids Art Museum. You have Grand Rapids Children's Museum. Things like that. And those are always good things to go take your family to. And we also did a video on a little place called DeVos Place.
Yes, we did.
Which hosts a lot of events. Right in the DeVos Place, you have the Grand Rapids Ballet, which is the only professional ballet company in Michigan.
Okay.
So, little things that I didn't even know about that we learn about when we do these videos. I think it's really awesome.
That is cool. We talk a lot about what it's like to live here, the kind of people that are here. Why one of the reasons we hit number 16 in the country, everybody knows inflation is really high right now. We know that prices of everything is going up, so people are flocking to other lower areas. Grand Rapids is one of the lower cost of living areas in the United States. I don't know exactly where it ranks, but it is definitely below the national average.
Yep.
And when we get people calling us from California and some of these higher end San Francisco areas, Colorado, they give us their initial budget of what they want to spend, and they end up buying anywhere from $150,000 to $200,000 lower. Because like, oh, okay, so we can get that much house for the same price. Yes, you can get that much house for the same price here.
Right.
$1 million to $2 million goes way further in Michigan than it does in some of these other bigger cities like New York and San Francisco. And
I'm really glad you hit on the housing part, because it's not only that, but it's also at the grocery store. Everyday life is going to be a lot cheaper out. I was just showing around somebody that was moving here from San Diego last week, and he's like, your gas prices up. I go, no, they're awful. They're super high at like $4.37, I think it was, at that last Friday. And he starts laughing. He's like, I was actually going to take a picture of him back home because it was like $70 for a gallon of gas. Yeah. And it's crazy when you talk to people that move here from other areas. Their standard of living versus our standard of living is complete different.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and it gives us a lot of insight to, the low cost of living that we actually have here because we're helping so many people relocate to this area. We'll round this video out because we're trying to make these videos shorter for you guys. If you like them shorter, we want to know about it. Throw it down in the comment section. Also, we really want to know what kind of videos you want. So if there's other videos you're wanting, throw that down in the comment section too. And then we want to know where you guys are from. So throw that down in the comment section on where you're watching from, because it's always intriguing to us to hear who's looking into Michigan. So one of the biggest reasons that we get all the time from people moving here. I would
say number one reason.
Yeah, number one reason I would say is the Four Seasons.
Yep.
Michigan has the best of all the seasons.
Yep.
Hands down.
I would agree. You know, we don't have mountains, but we do have ski resorts. It's not hot all the time like Florida,
Right.
but we have summers that will compete with any Florida summer, if you ask me,
Yep.
or any Florida winter, to be honest. And you really start to appreciate that stuff, especially when you are in these places where you're like, okay, let me try to imagine it's hot all the time. And then you also hear about people that are in those climates. They're like, it's hot all the time. You can be outside all the time, and it really kind of drives them down because
Right.
like I feel like especially people that move from the Midwest to these warmer climates, they're like, I feel like I need to be doing something all the time,
Right.
and never have any downtime.
Well, it's even like I'm big into CrossFit. My wife and I both do CrossFit, and they just moved the CrossFit games to South for next year. And it's like, I can't even, and it's during the summertime. It's like August, July or August. That's going to be miserable for those athletes down there. Michigan is not like that. They should have moved it to Michigan.
Right.
God, then we could have gone. It was really close. What are you thinking, CrossFit? You know, so Michigan, we have humidity for sure during the summertime, but it's not all summer.
Right.
I mean, this year we had amazing summer.
Yeah, I would agree.
You know, we had just enough rain to keep everything nice and green, nice and bloomed. But then we had nice, beautiful mid 80 days where it was partly cloudy with a light breeze. And I feel like we had weeks of that.
Right.
So, you know, fall time is an amazing time in West Michigan. The leaves change colors. You can take a fall color tour up north. That's another Michigan thing to say, up north, because
Yep.
up north means like 45 minutes and you're up north.
Right.
You know, going along the lake shore, going up to Traverse City, it'll blow your mind, the colors up there. So it's really cool space. It's really cool to see that stuff here in Michigan. So I think that's definitely the number one reason, and probably a big part of why we hit number 16.
I would agree. There's plenty of things that we're not mentioning on this list that we could be here all day. I mean, we have a whole channel on it. So
Very true. So we hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you got value out of this, please share this with your friends. Throw a comment down, hit that like button, because that really does help the channel out. We really appreciate you guys. Again, if you're looking to move to Michigan, please do not hesitate to reach out to us. I don't care if it's Detroit, if it's Upper Peninsula, if it's Traverse City, if it's West Michigan. Ross and I got you here, but we have partners in all the other places in Michigan, so we can help you guys moving to other places. So if you are looking to move to Ann Arbor, you know, we can help you guys, and we have partners over there. So do not hesitate to reach out. We have your back when it comes to making a move here in West Michigan. All right, guys, on to the next video.
see ya.
See ya.